pop from 440 to 445. It has a big, huge A plus trade range here between 445 and 455. And the reason why I know these levels are accurate, just look at the past price action. Microsoft got above this level with strength, and it pushed right to its targets. Pushed to this level first, break, retest, pushed up, hit that level. When it lost this level, look how easy it dropped because there's no support and resistance. When it lost this level, look how easy it dropped. When it was shooting up, look how easy it popped up through that level without no support and resistance. Even here, when we bust out this demand zone, we don't have much support or resistance here. It was able to price action was able to move. So you could have a trade plan and know, you know what I'm saying, kind of when it's time to go out of the money, when it's time to get contracts a lot closer to the money by looking at your historical support and resistance lines because Microsoft has traveled these roads before. So you can already see, you know, how far it can explode up, where's the best range to trade it in, and you can, base your risk off of historical data, right? So now when we look at the floating candle, so if we look at the same example, now we can build a whole trade plan that makes sense and pick strike prices that make sense as well. So if we look at this and we say, okay, this is right here is a call setup for Microsoft. We got our trend line right here. We got institutional money here. Our 200 is bullish, and we got green money under us. Our 12 is blue, so it's bullish. So we got green, yellow, and blue. So we know it's a go for calls. All we waiting on is the confirmation. We get our confirmation candle here on this candle right here. But since we get our confirmation candle on this, since we get our confirmation on this big green candle, if you look at the top of the chart and look at what price this candle closes at, to make itself to the floating candle, it has to close and still be above the trend line and the 12 MA without touching either one of them, right? So when this candle closed, if we look up here at this C, it closed at uh 424.71. And then if I'm getting in calls, what I'm interested in is the first thing that can mess my play up. So the first thing that can mess my play up is this really thick historical resistance level sitting right here above me. So since I know that the thing that can stop this play from I want this thing to go up as high as possible. But looking at my chart now with my since I can see the historical support and resistance, I see that if I get in my trade here at the close of this candle at 424.71, the first thing that can stop me is 428.67, this historical support and resistance. So that automatically gives me my range. I can buy strike prices only between 424 and 428, right? And so if I buy my strike prices between four, if I'm day trading or if I'm getting like some whatever contracts, if I buy my strike price between 424 and 428, I have a high probability of hitting my first target with the wolf chart confirmation system. So within 6 to 10 candles, I'm gonna be at my first target. So that means my entire position can be in the money at 428. I'm locking in most of my profit here. And I'm gonna leave runners to try to come and get the rest of this. So do you understand that how I'm picking my strike range based off of what's realistically attainable as far as a target? Do you get that? I can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. And so if you look in the past, you see this level has rejected Microsoft from 428 all the way back down to 410. So look at the accuracy of this level. This level already on here before this trade happened. We come up here and hit this level. And if you were playing around with it because you thought you were going to go up and just explode past it, it rejected at the target, pushed all the way down to 417. So if you didn't take profit here or take profit here, as you went past your entry, you already losing money. You already lost the trade by not being disciplined and taking money at your targets. And they give you all the targets in the chart already ahead of time, right? So then if you get back above these levels with a break retest, you can play these levels. And this thing's built inside the chart to show you when to re-enter. Like this BOS right here stands for breaker structure. And that's letting you know that it's finna go higher. When we broke structure here, These are continuation signals that's built inside of this indicator, right? And so when you have a breaker structure, that just means that you broke the previous high, right? So you have this high, then you have a lower high. Then since you broke this high, the chart signaled that the stock was about to go higher. And you came down, you made a new high. You came down and made a higher, you made a higher high, then you made a higher low. Then once this counter broke this higher high, they signal a breaker structure, and this happens like in real time, very fast. Signal a breaker structure to show you that you was gonna get continuation, and we consolidated. We made a higher high, made a higher low. We broke this higher high, and just keep giving you. You see all these breaker structures leading all the way up until we got to where sellers were, and so it's giving you continuation signals all throughout this run up, so that you can take advantage of extra entries. So I'm gonna take a break and let you ask any questions you want to ask as far as the floating candle system or the EMA color change and all that stuff. And if you understand it, then I'll move on to the next stuff. Do you have any questions about anything?
No, sir. My bad. My dogs.
I can't hear you.
No, sir. My bad. I don't know if you heard that. The dogs started kind of fighting, so I had to. But yeah,
Oh, so
but I got it. I got it.
okay, okay, that's cool. Yeah, and then I'm recording it for you too, so you can always go back
Oh,
and
okay.
and double down. I'm recording it for you, so I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay. Appreciate that, man.
All right, so outside of the floating candle, we also have things inside the chart that I upgraded into the chart that can give you a full system on managing your trade and your portfolio and things like that. So far we discussed that we have automated historical support and resistance. A lot of people don't know that these support and resistance lines are actually color change as well if you set them up that way. But we have historical support and resistance levels built into the chart that you don't have to chart out. We can see smart money positions all over the chart, and we have a full confirmation system for like a breakout with the trend line, right?
Mm.
The other thing that the chart gives you is I built in this dashboard that you can move it anywhere you want on the chart. Um, because like using these right here, you can put it at the bottom of the chart, the left, right. You can control how large it is or how small it is. But for now, for this example, we're gonna make it uh large so that you can see kind of what's in the chart. And I'm just going to explain to you kind of what it does. So this right here, I built inside the chart. I designed this and wrote the code for this, and this is called an ATR tracker. Have you ever heard of an ATR?
No, sir.
So the ATR just stands for average true range. Okay, so with this ATR tool, it tells you what stop loss you should put on your stock based on the time frame that you're trying to enter in on. Okay, so it basically tracks the stock price dynamically. So like right here, you see how Microsoft is at 424, and so if we go to Bitcoin, for example, let me click on Bitcoin, and you'll see kind of in real time what it looks like. And so it's looking at the live market data. So you see how Bitcoin is flipping prices. And if we look at our tracker down here, is also tracking currently what the price of Bitcoin is in real time, right? And so it also shows you your stop loss dynamically right here. So it's saying if we entered into a long call, so a long is like a call and a short is like a put. So we entered in on Microsoft at this current price. This is what the stop loss should be if you're getting in calls. If you're entering into a short, this is what your stop loss should be. So it's telling you exactly what your stop loss should be based off the average price range that Bitcoin moves on a 1 hour time frame, and it does the same thing for like every time frame. Okay.
Okay.
The other thing that it allows you to do is if you have you try to do risk management, it'll allow you right here with at equity. If you have like a $5,000 portfolio or a $50,000 portfolio, right? Doesn't matter. You can type it in manually, and then here let me put nothing right here. But here it'll tell you if you want to just only be like 1% risk on your portfolio or whatever, it'll tell you the position size that it recommends for your portfolio size. So it's saying with Bitcoin currently, if you had a $50,000 portfolio, right? And that's the type of money you had, you should be holding like 0.55 Bitcoin, right? So it's giving you a position size